Hey, what's up? My name is Kim. Today we will be doing what I like to call the weekend wind down, brought to you by today we're doing Barefoot Rosé, which, if I'm quite frank, I wasn't really a fan of, but I bought it, so I'm gonna drink it, you know, because money. Now, join me in my weekend wind down as a 22-year-old woman discussing Avatar: The Last Airbender while I do my eyebrows or something. Okay, so yo, I don't know, man. I don't know if it was just me, because like I feel like my mirror's not working. I feel like when I was watching Avatar as a little kid, I didn't really understand the complexity, and like it's a kid's show. At the end of the day, like it's a kid's show. I'm not crazy. Like I know it's not supposed to be like the most amazing thing, but it is. Like it's the best show I have watched ever. Like it was the best show, like literally show of the freaking decade. I don't even remember what year it came out. Let's look it up. What year did Avatar: The Last Airbender come out? February 21st of 2005. So yeah, it's within the decade. So I'm editing the video now of like me saying, yeah, it's within the decade. Girl, what decade? Like from 2005 to 2015, that's a decade. But I literally said, yeah, so 2005 to 2020, within the decade. I'm an idiot and I'm sorry. But back to your regularly scheduled programming. But yo, watching it as a grown-ass woman, like watching it as a 22-year-old girl, I have thoughts, I have feelings, I have opinions, and I will link the girl in the description because I can't remember her name, but she had like a similar video, so I don't want anyone to be like, oh, you know, you're copying her. But yeah, she honestly inspired me to do this video because like same, bro, like this. Let's start off with the characters like she did. Let's go in order of how they populate on Google. Actually, no, because no, I'm just gonna go in order of like how I remember them. So let's start off with Aang, right? Imagine you're a 12-year-old boy who wakes up hundreds of years later and like your whole family died, everyone you knew died, like there's just nothing in this world for you to live for, and you just keep living. Like at 12 years old, I was such a little crybaby. Like I stand, oh, I have to give this back to Brie. I stand how mature, because at the end of the day they're kids, right? Like I get that they're kids, but like these are some mature ass kids. Like the world's falling apart, there's like a war going on, everyone's against everyone, like, you can't trust nobody, really can't trust nobody. So Aang as a character, like I really respect him. However, he was not my favorite character. You know what I really like about this show? The fact that like it was never like, you're a girl so you can't do this, or you're a little girl so I have to protect you. Like it was never like that. Like even as kids, I feel like when we were little kids, here I am talking to you, I don't know if you went to my school, but I feel like when I was a child, people would look at me and be like, you can't do that, you're a girl. And like that's honestly not it with Avatar at all. Like I feel like the most badass characters in this whole show, they were all females, all of them. Like every last one, every last respectable character, except for my man Zuko. Every last character that I honestly like fell in love with was a girl. I'm blind, hold on. So let's talk about Katara. Okay, Katara, honestly, she was so annoying for most of the show, but I still loved her because she was annoying with a purpose. It was never like she was just annoying just to be annoying. Like she was annoying with a purpose, you know? And I also want to point out the fact that like, where are the parents? Like I know that everybody funny. Like, I know Aang didn't have parents, whatever. I know that Katara's dad was like, see, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute since I watched it. Like, it's been a couple months, so I can't really remember too much about it. However, like, I feel like I know Katara. I feel like Katara and Sokka, like, they never really explained too well. Like, I know that the dad was off fighting the war, but like, why was he there? Why weren't they there? Like, they seem pretty strong, and don't, like, I don't know, whatever. So like, Sokka and Katara were living with their grandma, and they run across Aang, and the adventure ensues, right? And like, I love how the grandma's like, well, you found him, he's your responsibility now. Like, what? They're like 16. Like, Katara's like 15 and Sokka's like 16. I think they're only like a year apart. It's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know. I can't get into rosé for some reason. Anyway, so Sokka, I like Sokka. Sokka was a little whore though. Like, why did he have so many love stories? Like, I just don't. I didn't find him. I didn't find his love interest that entertaining, to be honest with you. Also, it's a kid's show, so whatever. Like, does my opinion really matter? So Sokka was so funny, hilarious the whole time. Like, I feel like he got a lot of bad rap because he didn't have any, what is it called? Any bending skills. Like, he wasn't anything. He was an inventor. My man Sokka was an inventor. Like, he was a prodigy, if you think about it, because he was like 15 building stuff. I can't remember what he built, but he built stuff. And he had like army plans and stuff like that, like military. I don't know why I said army. He had like military plans, and you know, he was solid. He was a solid dude. So I really like Sokka. He was awesome for comedic relief, which was very neat. Like, the show is actually pretty dark for a kid's show if you think about it. Like, there's a lot of xenophobia. There's a lot of what is it called? There's a lot of topics that get discussed. Like, can we talk about for a minute? Like, I'll jump back to the character list in a minute. But can we talk about the fact that, like, they touch base on a lot of things. Like, they touch base on, like, self-worth. They touch base on self-doubt. They touch base on, like, parents not loving you properly, and, like, the trauma that endures when your parents don't care for you. They touch base on, like, death of a family member, because Sokka and Katara's mom died. And also Aang's whole life was just uprooted, and he had to just become a whole new person. Like, yo, it was dark, and like, I feel like that's so important as a kid's show. And I wish that as a kid I would have, I think I was too young. I don't know, how old was I in 2005? I was born in 1998. Do the math. I was young. So, but I don't know, I feel like that should have stuck with me more. All I really remember was like the fire bending. But honestly, back to the character list. So up next, after Katara, who, like I said, she wasn't that annoying. She just had a lot to say, and a lot that I didn't want to hear, to be honest. But she was really pretty. Can I say, I never shipped her and Aang ever. Like, not a single time was I like, oh, swoon. Like, never wanted her and Aang to end up together, ever. And the fact that they did just upset me so much, because I feel like her and Zuko had so much more chemistry, and it was so much more angsty, and I need that angst sometimes, you know? But whatever, I wasn't there. They didn't consult me. They didn't care about my opinions. Anyway, so who's next? Yo, Toph, honestly, badass. Who drinks wine like that other than me? Yo, Toph was blind. So it's like another thing where it's like that inclusivity. Like, my girls is blind. She, and she's the strongest character within the Aang gang. Like, I think they ended up calling it Team Avatar, but I was so for Aang gang. Like, I thought that was so cute. But she was like the strongest character out of all of them in Team Avatar, to be really real with you. Ooh, I don't think that's cute. I don't know. I can't see anything. Anyway, so Toph, high key, was like the strongest character in the Aang gang. She was a little brat. Because like, why, she could have just helped them like clean up every now and then and like carry some stuff. But you know, whatever. Other than that, like, I love her, and I loved how her and Katara's friendship developed. I love that she wasn't inherently good. Like, I feel like Katara had that whole, she's like really sweet, really nice, like not troubled. Like, yeah, she's had a dark past or whatever with her whole mom dying and stuff. But like, Katara was inherently like such a goody two shoes, as was Aang. And I like that Toph made things realistic by being a little troublemaker. You know, like, remember that one episode and like she was like gambling? Was it gambling? I don't think it was gambling, because she wasn't really gambling. What was it called? She was like essentially like, I don't know, like playing tricks on people. I can't really remember too much about that, but I remember that whatchamacallit, I remember that they were making like hella illegal money, and Katara was like, this is wrong, something like that. You know, Katara always being the mom of the group. Anyway, so I just love that Toph was like realistic. Like, yo, like her parents were rich and she was living the life and stuff, but it's not the life that she wanted to live. And she learned how to earthbend from the badger moles. Like, go, she's so dope. She invented metal bending. Like, I don't think anybody else invented anything except for maybe Aang at the very end, spoiler, except for maybe Aang when he didn't have to kill the Fire Lord at the end, because he just like sucked up his powers. So I think that's the only thing that Aang brought to the table, to be honest with you. Like, anyway, she invented metal bending. Like, Toph is my queen. Oh shoot, that is not cute. Oh, that was very easily removed. Anyway, Toph was just such a riot. Like, I loved when she was added to the squad. I also, you know what I love? I love that like throughout the series, it's not like you get less villains. Like, you keep getting more people after the Aang gang, and it's so funny to me. Who's next? I think that's pretty much it for Team Avatar, other than like Suki. Yo, my girl Suki, she can't bend, but yo, she is so badass. Like, have you ever read Six of Crows? If y'all have read Six of Crows, tell me it doesn't remind you of freaking Avatar: The Last Airbender. Like, if you really like Avatar: The Last Airbender and you like to read Six of Crows. It's literally like the grown-up version of Avatar: The Last Airbender. It has nothing to do with it. I don't know, it's just like that whole dynamic of like teens doing something basically impossible and like learning shit along the way. That's pretty much all that Six of Crows is. But if you like it, you should read it. What a tangent. Anyway, so Suki was she was so good. She was so good because it's like she was strong and powerful, and she didn't need a man, and she, you know, she just really, every time I saw her, I'm like, queen. Like, she was just such a smart girl. She was funny too, and she didn't need powers because she had her fan, and with her fan she could kill any man. And wine's getting to me. I don't know, I loved her. I will say this though, I feel like that episode where Suki and Sokka had that argument because Sokka wanted to protect Suki and Suki was like, no, I'm a warrior, you don't need to protect me. I love that episode because it taught little girl, like, you could have a boyfriend, girl, but He doesn't need to run your life. Like, you don't need to hide under a man. Like, you can still be the strong, badass female that you are. So I'm really here for Suki. And her whole crew. Love them. Who'll get on with it? Like, let's go on to the girls, right? So, Ty Lee. Can we talk about what a princess? What an amazing character. I love Ty Lee. Ty Lee's another one. Like, she did an airbend. I mean, she obviously didn't airbend, but she didn't have any bending capabilities, but she didn't need them. Like, she could knock out anybody with her little circus ass. Like, she was out here trapezing without a net. She was pushing people's pressure points, knocking them out. I loved her. I loved her, and she was such a flirt. She was such a flirty girl. She reminds me of, in Victoria, it's like Cat Valentine. She reminds me of Cat Valentine just a little bit, but like badass Cat Valentine, because she's such a sweetheart and so cute. Let's talk about May. Can't stand her. Hate her guts. Did not like May. I just thought she was so irrelevant. I felt like the story could have moved along just as well, if not better, without May. Is it Mai? Is it May? It's May? Mai? I can't remember. That's how much I don't like her. Like, I just felt like she was just so unnecessary. Because she was just such a moody girl. Okay, Ty Lee. Is it May or is it Mai? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I don't know what her name is. What is her name? Mai. Do I never get to hear this girl's name?
It's May.
May! Oh, why have I been calling her Mai the whole time? I found May so boring. And here's the thing. I'm such a Katara and Zuko shipper that I think that's probably why I hate her and why I think she's so irrelevant. Because I truly feel like if May wasn't in the picture, my girl Katara would have definitely been all up in that. Like, why not, you know? Anyway, let's talk about Azula for a little bit. Like, Azula, honestly, as far as character development goes, I really like Aang's character development, Katara's character development, Azula's character development, and Zuko's character development. I think the strongest character development I have ever seen, this is as an avid reader, as a current author, like writer, and as just like a person who likes to watch shows, I have never seen such thorough character development like Zuko and Azula. More so Zuko, but like, let's talk about Azula really quick and then we'll get into Zuko, because I fucking love Zuko. Oh my god. Would give my right kidney for him. That's a bit dramatic, isn't it? But like, Azula was too busy trying to impress her dad, the freaking evil Fire Lord, and he just kept like encouraging her psychotic behavior, because this girl was psychotic. Like, if you look at it, like, her friends, she didn't even care about her friends. Like, they were just like her minions, and they weren't even about it. Like, they didn't even want to go on these missions. Like, they were just like, May honestly just wanted to be with Zuko, and Ty Lee, like, she just wanted to be a part of the circus. And she was like, well, too bad for you, like, you're coming with me. So, like, I don't know. Like, Azula, from the jump, was just evil. Like, she was just out the womb satanic, next freaking Antichrist. That was Azula. Like, it's creepy. Like, if you go back and like look at her earlier scenes, Azula was just such a creepy character. I like her for what she did for the story. She moved the story along. She was a strong character. She's the strongest, I think, at bending than all these mofos. Like, I feel like she might be even stronger than her father. Like, if you look at them subjectively, I think only Katara has ever been able to take down Azula. Like, I feel like everybody else has tried and failed time and time and time and time again. And I feel like only Katara has been able to take down Azula. And that's because Katara is strong. Like, I don't know. I feel like everybody just underestimates Azula. I mean, Katara. But Azula was a badass. Like, honestly, I was so here for it because it gave Zuko... Here's the thing, I love Zuko. But it gave Zuko, like, that weird conflicting sense of, like, family versus purpose. Like, what is he supposed to be doing with his life? Because she manipulated everyone. Like, everything she did had a reason, had a purpose. She covered her ass all the time. Why did she turn out crazy? Maybe I'm tripping. If anybody ever watches this video, let me know in the comments why she started deteriorating mentally. Because I feel like she was a strong girl. Like, I feel like she should have been able to handle the things that came at her. And I was surprised to see that she didn't handle it well at all. Remember, like, I feel like they honestly only did that so that Zuko would have a chance to be here. Because had Azula been 100% mentally stable, Zuko wouldn't have had a chance because he wanted to do that whole duel by himself. Like, honestly, if Zuko would have taken the Aang gang, or even if he would just, because Katara went with him, no? Like, I feel like if Katara would have just helped from the jump, they would have won. Like, would have been no need for the Agni Kai. However, I loved with everything in me that Agni Kai. Like, yo, that animation, like, I have never been so hyped for anything in my life. Like, not even when when Aang was around the corner, like, fighting the Fire Lord, I didn't even get that hyped. And mind you, Aang had that whole sphere thing going on, but the Agni Kai between Zuko and what's her face, Azula, oh my god, so freaking cinematic masterpiece. Like, I don't think anything will ever be able to top that, ever. It was so good. It was so freaking good. So, oh my god, it was so good. How many times can I say that? And, like, you know, she got Zuko. Here's my thing, though. Here's my thing. I thought, like, somewhere deep down, she loved Zuko. This girl really did not care about Zuko at all. She didn't like Iroh, because she thought he was weak. Oh my god, we didn't talk about Iroh. Iroh is the best character. Like, such a sweetie pie. So good. So pure. But yeah, so like I was saying, like, Zuko and Katara could have definitely taken down Azula together. However, I feel like Zuko wanted to prove a point because he just felt like such a failure up until this point. Just like in life, like, I feel like he was always trying to prove something, either to himself, to his father, to the world. Like, he was always trying to prove that he was somebody to be honored and to be feared and all this bullcrap. At the end of the day, Zuko just wanted to be accepted, and he really struggled with that. And I love how you can clearly see his character development. Like, at first, he's trying to regain his honor so that he can get back in his father's good graces. And it's like, how many of us wouldn't do that? Like, if we disappointed our parents, like, and you have, like, that need to feel validated. Like, I feel like a lot of people put themselves through extreme circumstances just to feel validated by their parents. And I feel like that's such a relatable thing. Of course, like, Zuko's dad was horrible and freaking smited him. He shouldn't have been smited. I feel like he was smited, and that should have been enough, but no, he was smited and he was kicked out of the Fire Nation. I thought that was a bit much for, like, your father to do that. That's fucked up. I really don't understand why he did all that. I really don't understand why he did all that. It was just so unnecessary. I hated the Fire Lord. Ozai? That was his name? Fire Lord Ozai? It was just so stupid to me. I hated him. I was not a fan. Did you guys were you guys into the whole Mei and Zuko relationship? Because I truly and honestly was not having it. I felt like Zuko and Katara had so much chemistry. Like, so, it was tangible. Like, I felt static in the air when they talked. And she just expected so much from him. I think even Katara like pushed Zuko to be a better person. He would have been such a good person for her, because I feel like Aang, he was just too young. He was too young for Katara, and they were better off as friends. I don't understand who told them to make them a couple. Like, gross. But yeah, like I was saying, like Zuko just had the most amazing character development. I'm in shock at how well crafted his character was. Like from season 1 to season 3, each season had its own character arc. However, his overall character arc was phenomenal. Like this man, and like the growth that happened too, because he went from being a little bald-headed boy to like being a disheveled boy with that whole, like, remember when he was growing his hair out, he had the ponytail, a mess. I'm sorry, my camera just keeps cutting off and I just don't know how to fix it because it's not mine, it's borrowed. I wish he got a spin-off. Like, I almost wish he had a spin-off because it was just so good. Like, I want more from Zuko. And like I was saying before, him and Katara would have made such a good pair. I feel like Aang just didn't have the maturity level for Katara. I feel like he, overall, like he was the Avatar. Like he didn't have any business being in a relationship, as confirmed by his children in Korra, because everybody in Korra was like, oh, our dad was never there for us. Like, Aang had no business starting a family if he couldn't father it. You know, you feel me? And I feel like because Zuko had that experience being like mistreated by his dad, I feel like he would have made an amazing, loving, compassionate, like always there father. Like I feel like he would just make such a good dad, and Katara would make such a good mom, and what a pair. What a freaking pair. I love them both. But yeah, it's pretty much like it as far as it goes for Avatar. I like that it was 3 seasons. When I first started watching it, and like when I rewatched it, I was like, it's only 3 seasons long, and I felt like we could have done more. But I honestly feel like it was such a well-rounded series. Like, we got everybody's story development, we got so many missions, so many funny times, and I just felt like it drove everything home properly. Like, I didn't feel like there was any loose ends. But I don't think any show has ever, like any kids show, because I feel like there's good shows out there, but I don't think any kids show has ever surpassed the amazing creativity and delivery that was Avatar: The Last Airbender. I do not want that Netflix adaptation. I don't know, I just feel like she could have ended up with somebody else, and Zuko could have ended up with Katara, and Aang could have ended up with Toph, and Sokka could have ended up with Suki, and I feel like that's the ending I wanted and deserved, but it's not the one I got. And you know what? I'm still satisfied. I'm still satisfied with the show, even though my ships didn't end up the way that they were. Thank you for joining me on this weekend wind down. My name is Kimberly. Subscribe if you like my rambles. Subscribe if you like wine. Subscribe if you like shows and reviews and crap like this, because I will probably make more videos like this in the future. And let's have a discussion. Comment down. Let me know how you feel about the characters. Who's your favorite character? Who's your least favorite character? Did I forget to mention anyone? And what topics should I talk about next on my series here, Weekend Wind Down? I'm so excited for this because it's just such an outlet. Like, I feel like I have no friends and I'm okay with just talking to a camera, you know? So it was lovely to spend time with you guys. Have a great day. Have a good weekend. Have some wine. Relax and enjoy. Love you all. Bye.